Well, U.S. retail sales surging to an 18-month high in March, boosted by spending on autos and gas. Now, sales jumped 1.6% last month, beating the street's forecast. For more, we have retail expert Erin Sykes. And Erin, this is a pretty strong report, like I just said, the best report in quite some time, since 2017. Does this brighten the outlook, I guess, for U.S. economic growth? Because that's been a big concern here.
Absolutely. So we keep hearing the term retail apocalypse, which is a complete misnomer because we're not going through a retail apocalypse. People are still buying. They're just buying in new ways. It's an attention to .com. It's a maximization of retail or of real estate space in a more omnichannel fashion. So we absolutely have a positive outlook.
Erin, categorize the consumer for me, just the state of the consumer right now. We had that very, very weak report on retail sales back in December that triggered a lot of concerns. Then we've gotten the last few reports, and it actually doesn't look that bad.
Not at all. And the sky was falling in December. It was just a lot of chaos going around, not necessarily in retail, but just in government, in politics, in the United States as a whole. We had a lot going on. We had the shutdown, et cetera. So that really sparked and explains the chaos of December. But going forward, we have nothing to worry about right now.
Erin, the big story of today is we had two big IPOs, one of them being Pinterest. How important is it with sites like Pinterest in terms of just driving people to make purchases? Because that's one of the big ways that would help Americans spend a lot more.
Absolutely. So the way that Pinterest works is they are basically selling ads, and people are going to Pinterest because they actually want to see those ads, which is why it's different than Facebook and Instagram and all of the other mediums. They want to explore, they want a visual catalog of ways that they can help themselves, make their home improvement project or whatever better and find ideas and seek things out. So the majority of clicks on Pinterest are actually ads posted by businesses looking to sell product.
What do you make of Pinterest just as a company right now with their business model? Lots of speculation as to whether or not they will be able to significantly grow their business over the next couple of years. What do you think?
Well, I mean, 2/3 of American users are women. It's a lot of moms, it's a lot of home improvement, a lot of fashion and that type of thing. The biggest growing segment is actually the male population. So interesting to see how they can eventually grow that segment. Also, the international prospectus is very strong. I like that they're a little bit more mature at the time of their IPO because we can see they had a profitable Q4. So the prospectus for coming into the next year is that they will actually be profitable on the entire year, which is really, a positive place to be right now.
And then going back to just a retail sales report, we're going to get Q1 GDP figures out at the end of the month. There's been some talk out there that the strong retail numbers that we have gotten could actually spur economists maybe to increase some of their projections. Where do you stand on that?
I mean, I wouldn't get that excited. I think let's kind of hold flat for right now. We're positive, that's great, but I don't see an increase on where we are going forward. Just some more stability and some stability.
You talked about the importance of e-commerce. There's been this whole, narrative out there, the death to retail, the coming apocalypse. Whether or not you do agree with that, just where are you seeing the most value right now in the retail names? Is it some of the department stores, or is it some of the maybe smaller companies that we haven't yet thought about?
Well, I absolutely think that smaller companies are places to watch because that's where we've seen a lot of growth in the past, and it's been overlooked because everybody's focusing on Amazon, everybody's focusing on Walmart. But if we all think about ourselves, we love that service that the smaller companies are still able to provide. Of course, we all love the free shipping on Amazon Prime as well. So, it's going to really be a service versus kind of a perks type of argument going forward with where we're going to see that continued growth. I think that grocery has really sparked a lot of the omnichannel progression with Walmart and with Amazon. So seeing how that they can all roll that out into other segments, into their fashion, into their CPG and that type of thing.
Do you think we'll see more companies follow Amazon and Walmart's, business plan there, just in terms of the success that they have seen in grocery and then parlay that into other divisions?
Absolutely. And I think that time will tell on that in terms of who will be successful long-term regarding who can parlay that omnichannel grocery play into their other segments.
All right, Erin, thanks so much for stopping by today.